Hmm. Yeah. No matter what, we need to go in, check our computer, see what the situation is. Yeah, the group is together again. $414. Yeah. Threat, please help me find my daughter. Worried mother. Okay. Please help me find my daughter. She ran away from home. She is human in her early 20s with short blonde hair and data tag. She was last seen wearing a light blue dress. Great light. This is not exactly the place to be looking for missing kids. How did you even get in here? Great mother. I paid good money to get in here. I was told you people could help. Ruby. If you got the yen, you came to the right place. I sent you a number that you can reach me at. Maelstrom. The old help me find my missing kid routine. A classic. Great light. My money is on escaped wage slave. Tolstoy. Make sure you do your homework, Ruby. New messages 3. Boy again, Aunt May. Well, I recovered one last DVD for you, but I'm afraid that's all you're gonna get. You might as well use the rest as coasters, they'll all be on repair. If you look on the table beside your DVD player, you'll find the disc that I salvaged. She pauses, a slight frown crosses her face. To be completely honest, that was a lie. To recover this last disc, I was forced to subcontract. Scrotty is still a brute of a man. I'm unimpressed with his manner, and his poor hygiene disgusts me. He is very good at all things such as this. All credit where it's due. Payback is sweet. The screen flickers to life and Maxim's face appears. He's wearing a broad grin and you can hear the sound of celebration in the background. Hey there, Muscle. Not sure if Talk gave me the right address. I figured it was worth a shot. I don't know if you heard, but our favorite polyglot got hit from all sides by the F-state today. It was glorious. Anyway, just thought you'd want to share in the good news. And thanks for your help back there. I don't think we'd have made it out of there without you. He raises a hand in salute. Take care, Aunt May. Alexander to Aunt May. Hey Aunt May, Uncle Dietrich told me that I could message you here, so I figured that I should. He probably told you that I'm living at Samuel's, huh? Well, that's where I am. It's different, I'll give it that much. I like that I don't get pressured to hurt people here, so that's good. Nobody smacks me around, even though I can tell that a lot of the Trog, orcs and trolls want to. I do get yelled at a lot and called a lot of names, but I guess that making me feel bad about that kind of thing is all part of the plan. Life kinda sucks right now, but at least nobody's going to make me kill anyone. Uncle D says that it's going to get better, and maybe it will, I don't know. Anyway, what I mostly wanted to say was thanks for not killing me back at the Humanis compound. I had a gun on you and you totally could have, but you didn't, and I'm really glad about that. Thanks, Alexander. Jobs. Alice fun. Yeah. Okay, jobs. Okay, Mark 6. To call your work unsatisfactory would be an understatement. When I said that we wanted the prototype, it should have gone without saying that we wanted it intact and operational. You technically fulfilled the terms of your arrangement, so you will get paid, but don't ever expect to work for us again, Schmidt. A moment later, second page, yeah, the payment details. No new jobs. Alice Fund has 40,000, so we basically need one big job and we're there. Okay, let's see what the latest development is all about. As you step forward, the rest of your team falls silent. Ansel shifts his attention to you. You can see the worry in his face. Aunt May, I have new information and I'm afraid the news isn't good. Yeah, I can tell you've gathered the whole team. Yes, this is something that you all need to hear. Well, go on, we're listening. 2 years ago, a large shipment of highly lethal radioactive bioweapon disappeared en route to a storage facility in Dresden. The weapon was designated X-15. I have traced the path of the missing shipment. It was delivered to the Harfeld manor. Well, that sounds horrible. It is. I've heard of it. It is. I've heard of this stuff before. Back in the service we called it Doom. I've never run across it in the wild, but I've heard enough horror stories to know that I don't want to. The stories that you heard are correct. This Doom is an extremely dangerous substance. He gestures to a technical document on the computer display. I've been reading up. To this day, the story of Doom remains a cautionary tale of biotech circles. Monoclonal antibody technology is strictly regulated now, and this substance is one of the reasons why. So what does this stuff do exactly? Amsel clears his throat and reads aloud from the information on his screen. Doom kills by destroying the host's muscle tissue by radioactive decay. Each individual Doom antibody is bound to a radioactive bismuth 212 isotope. When introduced into a host, these antibodies bind to surface-level muscle tissue. The tissue is then killed with alpha radiation. This process repeats itself until the host wastes away and dies. Jesus. Iger nods grimly. I've heard that Doom was developed in a couple of border skirmishes back in 41. After seeing what it did to people up close, the UCAS passed a unilateral ban on the stuff. If that doesn't tell you how bad it is, nothing will. Okay, so I hesitate to ask, but what would a dragon want with this trick? Nothing good. That much goes without saying. This development worries me, Aunt May. It worries me greatly. If the dragon is stockpiling bioweapons, we've got an even bigger problem than we thought on our hands. There's a moment of silence in Dietrich, and then Dietrich speaks up. Well, in my book, this doesn't change anything. I mean, it ups the stakes if the fire wings allowed to carry out her plans. Whatever those might be, but we are gonna stop her before that happens. That was always the plan as far as I'm concerned. It's still the plan now. I agree with Dietrich. We need to focus on what's in front of us. Whatever the dragon's larger plans might be, The fact is that she is after us. We shouldn't let ourselves get distracted by anything else. I'm slowly slow to respond. Finally he nods. Yes, I concur. For the time being, we must continue forward. And that means you must continue working toward raising Alice's fee. I'll leave the matter in your capable hands, Aunt May. When you've acquired the necessary funds and are ready to head back out to the rabbit hole, let me know. From there, we will discuss our next steps. Tiger nods. Good. If you need me, I'll be getting prepped for the next run. Right behind you, love. Dietrich casts a backward glance at Glory. If any of this has had an impact on her, she doesn't show it. Come on, Glory, let's go. Now, you never got back to me about Frau Muller. How did the meeting go? Yeah, I accepted the job. Any idea on how to tackle this? A few. Frau Muller has provided us with detailed information on the facility. I've vetted the information and it seems to hold up. Based on this intel, I have formulated what I believe will be an effective strategy to bring down the building. According to Muller's intel, the facility is extraordinarily well guarded. Whatever this bloodline project is, the Aztecs have spared no expense to defend it. The facility is patrolled by Aztec Technologies' internal security personnel. On their own, they would pose a challenge, but I don't doubt that you could brute force your way through them. Unfortunately, they will not be on their own, as Technology has purchased one of Knight Errant's more expensive security contracts as an additional line of defense. So kicking in the front door is up then. Yes, I should say so. I pulled some strings with an old contact of mine, and he's provided me with the address of a small software developer, OTK International. They write the firmware updates for Knight Errant's comm systems, and their defenses should be considerably weaker than AS Technologies. My contact has informed me that OTK stores an offsite hard copy of every firmware update it develops for data security purposes. My suggestion is this. You hit the offices of OTK International and reduce their computers to slag. In the interim, I will have the hard copy of their next update replaced with a compromised version. When OTK's next update goes live, our compromised version will be pushed out to Knight Errant. When you hit the AS Technology facility, I'll be able to track Knight Errant via their comlinks. This should make the run much more manageable. He fishes in his pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a corporate ID with your face on it. This will get you through the front door of the office park that contains OTK International. My contact was only able to provide me with one card, so you'll need to let the rest of your team in through a side door. Okay, sounds like a plan. Very good. OTK's offices aren't far from here. You should take the U-Bahn there when you're ready. Okay, what else? Nothing else. That's the only thing we have left, and that will earn us the money. And since the money put into the fund is pretty much already determined beforehand, you'll be at this point no matter what you decide to do, I guess, unless you start failing missions, that is. Anyway, spend karma. We need a better decking equipment. Yeah, Fairlight Excalibur. At least we can get it now when it becomes available. Might as well talk to the other people here now. It's probably there's a chance that the plot basically move forward a little bit. So new equipment, all that stuff. Nothing new there. Dietrich. Dietrich raises a bottle at your approach. Hey again, boss. You need something? Hmm. Any updates on Alexander? Nothing new. Okay. I was thinking what you told me earlier. You said that your idol was going to make you pick a fight that you couldn't win. He shrugs. It's bound to happen eventually, probably sooner than later. Isn't there something that you can do to stop that from happening? Well, I suppose that I could refuse, but that probably wouldn't be a good idea, especially not now. Remember, boss, the Dragon Slayer is where my magic comes from. If I turn away from him, you'd better believe that he'll turn away from me. Besides which, I don't even know if I can refuse him anymore. He's been with me for so long, I don't know where he stops and I begin. He grins at you. Don't worry about me, boss. I've known that this was coming for my entire life, and when it happens, I'll go down in a blaze of glory, the likes of which you can't even imagine. That's a promise. Okay, any thoughts about the last run? There was nothing about that run that didn't disgust me. What they did to that troll. He shudders. It wasn't right, boss, on any level. I don't care what anyone else tells you. You listen to me, Aunt May. What you did, killing that thing, it was the right call. Yeah, it cost us some yen, but letting that thing live would have been a travesty. Does your idol really want you to commit suicide? Of course not. Dragon Slayer doesn't want me to die, but he does want me to kill dragons. That ain't supposed to be safe or easy. It isn't my idol's fault that I'm getting too old to keep up with his wishes. He seems to be okay with that, so who am I to complain? Iger eyes you warily. Her expression is guarded. Aunt May? Aunt May, you need something? Any thoughts about the last run? I'm not gonna lie, Aunt May. This one is gonna stick with me for a while. What they did to that troll was sick. This is probably gonna surprise you. I'm happy that the MK Mark 6 is dead. Yeah, her Smith was pissed. I'm sure our reputation got dinged. Neither of those are good things. I'll take them over being part of what they were doing to that troll any day. Walking out of a run with a clean conscience is a rare pleasure. Savor it while you can. Lori favors you with a weak smile, her expression cautious. You're subtly aware of how very small she is. Boy, Aunt May, I've gotta admit, I've been dreading this. So, now that you know what I've done, what I am, are you here to tell me off? I wouldn't blame you if you were. Okay, what are our options? We have two options. We left off in a bad place last time. been thinking about your story and have some questions. Hmm. Uh, this is basically a few different ways to say the same thing. Your story leaves... It's an open story. She escaped, but Harrow and the children are still there. You escaped from Harrow, but he's still out there. If you're looking to atone for your past, don't you think that shutting him down would be a good place to start? Yeah? Caution evaporates from Glory's face as she considers your words. Yeah, you know, after we've gotten ourselves out of this situation that we're in, I'd be able to right some of the wrongs that I committed under Harrow. Okay, so what would you suggest? Two options really. It's basically the differences are what to do, how do we approach this. Should freeing the kids be our first priority? Or should we go after Harrow primarily? Okay, the options are: freeing the kids should be your first priority. I'd round up some magical support, raid Farstell, and clear Harrow's influence from their minds. Killing Harrow should be secondary. Or you should wipe out the cult, starting with Harrow. As long as he's alive, he can just start all of this over again. Save any kids that you can, but the ones that are too far gone will have to be put down. I don't think either is a bad choice, really. I still think no matter what you do, trying to get Harrow should be one of the primary objectives, but usually I'd say the victims come first. I'm not sure which is the best. Ones that are too far gone will have to be put down, but Glory was also at one point too far gone, and she managed in her own way to crawl back. Not that it was easy, but still. Wiping out Harrow it sort of makes sense, but on the other hand, you could also say there's always going to be another Harrow. So while getting rid of him is important, it's a problem we're going to continually have to deal with. So I'm going to suggest that freeing the kids should be the first priority. Round up some magical support, raid Farstell, and clear Harrow's influence from their minds. I think Harrow should be secondary, but I wouldn't. I like that approach, but we should also kill Harrow. Going after Harrow primarily, the problem with that is we're basically not, we're basically saying that I don't like the ones who are too far gone have to be put down. I don't really like that part of the option. Naturally, going to have to fight a while to get to Harrow, and we're going to have to kill people. But that's not like if we yeah. Neither of them is bad. I should just pick one, I guess. I'm saying, yeah, freeing the kid should be our first priority. I hate giving Harrow the chance to escape, but you're right. Send the kids is what's important. She pauses considering her choice, and a smile flits across her lips. This feels like the path of redemption. This feels right. Glad to hear that we're in agreement. Now let's get back on task. After we deal with our more immediate problems, you can go with my blessings. Right, thanks Aunt May, for everything. Anything else? Yep. Yeah, we have that one job, and that's it. So we do have the DVD to go through, and one of our member of the group isn't here. The media tray of the DVD player slides out of its battered plastic case. Fourth. Timestamped 2050-0428. This is it, the interview. Took some digging to find it, but here he is, my big brother, back in his prime. The note disappears, and for a moment the screen goes blank. Suddenly, image of news correspondent flashes onto the screen, accompanied by a brief orchestral flourish. A timestamp at the upper right corner of the screen reveals the date, August 22nd, 2012. Thank you for joining us. She looks exactly like the Aztec woman that gave us the job we're doing now. Anyway, we are coming to you live from the ruins of Sangerhausen, the fifth Harris mountain town to be sacked by the Dragon Firewing. Standing by my side is the head of the DO Defense, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Dr. Vauclair has been hailed as a leader in the effort to bring down Firewing and end her reign of terror. Dr. Vauclair, tell us about our efforts to bring down the dragon. Killing the monster has proven difficult to say the least. Her speed and maneuverability in the air are extraordinary. Her scales repel small arms fire and her breath can melt steel. Our R&D teams have been working around the clock to devise a weapon capable of downing the beast. In the interim, we are providing material support for the Luftwaffe's attempts to shoot her down via conventional means. Herr Vauclair, why are you directing DL defense energies to killing the Firewing? Are there corporate interests at play in this? Corporate interests? No, this is a matter of human interest. Innocent lives are being extinguished at an appalling rate. I am in a position to help put an end to the slaughter, and so I must. It really is that simple. Dr. Vauclair, you must understand my skepticism. Our viewers aren't looking for a PR statement. They come to us for the truth. I'm afraid that I don't have time to go back and forth on this. Your viewers can think whatever they wish. My concern is in helping people affected by this tragedy. In that case, Dr. Beauclair, thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. You're very welcome. The viewers at home, stay safe and watch the skies. Salvation is coming, I promise. Again, that was Dr. Adrian Beauclair, CEO of DL Defense. Dr. Beauclair is the chief architect of the military's current plan to bring down the Dragon Firewing. Stay tuned for more late-breaking news on the battle for the Harz Mountains. We'll be right back. Okay, 2054, 11/17. Holy shit, I just stumbled onto some Adrian's old lab notes. I'm not gonna say how I came across these. Someone might get hurt if the wrong people watch this. But I've checked them against some of Adrian's old handwriting samples, and they're legitimate. Holy shit, this is big. Alright, okay, back up, slow down, breathe. He takes a moment to calm himself. Okay, so, these notes. They pretty much confirm something I'd always suspected. The Luftwaffe didn't shoot down Firewing. I mean, they tried. They pumped thousands of rounds into the air around her, and they lobbed rockets at her for months. Lost a lot of attack helicopters and fighter craft in the process. But none of those things were responsible for taking her down. The Dragonfall was caused by an experimental warhead, one that Adrian and his Steel Defense think tank designed. I don't understand the science of it, not even a little bit, but from what I can piece together, it looks like they designed some sort of chemical radiological agent that acts on the mitogen. I don't think that they fully understood what they were doing. It was 2012 after all. I mean, the process worked, but I don't know if they understood why it worked. Anyway, when a warhead full of this stuff comes into contact with a natured creature like a dragon, say, it drives a wedge between the creature's physical and astral forms. The body gets put into a sort of hibernation state, and the spirit is forced out. It also looks like this process can maintain that state of separation indefinitely, and that's a pretty horrifying thought. A discorporated body is supposed to die in a few hours. I've heard horror stories about ghost-walking mages getting trapped in astral space, unable to rejoin with their meat. I heard they went crazy from the pain. If what I'm reading is accurate, it's entirely possible the Firewing has been trapped outside of her body for over 40 years. Victorus pushes his chair back and slaps the table in front of him. This is why Adrian was always so cagey about the subject of Firewing after the Dragonfall. He knew for a fact that she was alive, even if only technically. Her body crashed down into the socks, sure, but she wasn't dead. The government wouldn't let Adrian tell the public about any of this, of course. It would interfere with the lie that they were feeding us, that the Firewing was dead, and that everyone was safe, and that people should stop hiding in their basements and get back to work again. But privately he always said that she was still out there, somewhere deep in the socks. I'd always thought that he was paranoid, but I was wrong. He knew. So what does all of this mean? It means that the stories I got from the Ghost Rat suddenly sound a lot more plausible. It means that Firewing is definitely alive, and that Adrian's disappearance is unquestionably tied to her survival. It also means that Germany is in deep shit, because if Firewing is still alive, it's only a matter of time before she rears her ugly head again. Okay, that's enough for one night. I'm gonna go get drunk. The DVD... yeah. 2033-0515. Green Winters, yeah. Look, Adrian, I understand you. Lord knows I do, but you've got to drop this dragon fixation. People are starting to talk. There's a camera cut and you find yourself looking at a young, handsome Dr. Adrian Beauclair. He wears a slight smile on his face. Oh, they're talking, are they? What a terrible shame. Damn it, Adrian, this is serious. You're a public figure. You could lose everything if you don't keep those ridiculous fairy tales to yourself. Hermie, my theories are not as you call them fairy tales. Dragons are real. I saved Germany from one. Have you forgotten? No, of course not. Everyone knows that you killed the Firewing. Stopped, not killed. Fine, stopped, whatever. Winter swipes a bottle off the table in front of him, drains it and drops it to the floor. Call it whatever you want, but Adrian, you're the only one who's still this obsessed with the damn things. There aren't that many of them, and they're not taking over the world. Beauclair's voice is quiet, soft. Such is the cry of the cancer patient, unaware of what's killing him. I'm fine, not to worry. I'll smoke another cigarette. What's the harm? He doesn't see what's happening, but he winds up dead all the same. Winter snorts. Now you're just being maudlin. Look, Adrian. Beauclair shakes his head. His smile has disappeared. You mark my words, Hermie. Within 5 years, corporations, even countries will fall to these creatures. And the worst part is, nobody will care. Oh, people will tut-tut about it. There may be a protest or two, but nobody will actually do anything to stop them. The immortal, all-powerful, utterly pitiless reptiles will seize more and more of our power, wealth and territory, and we foolish, short-sighted mortals will never get it back. Green Winters chuckles uncomfortably, raises his hands in the air in a supplicating gestures. Come now, Aid. Beauclair talks over his brother's interruption. We could solve this problem, of course, but we as a species are unwilling to invest our energy into problems that aren't staring us right in the face. As it was with climate change, so it is with dragons. I've accepted that, but you can't ask me to stop caring about it. Winter shakes his head. You're a hopeless, Adrian. Fine, by all means, keep caring. Just keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. I'm telling you this for your own sake. Beauclair sighs. He looks incredibly tired. Yes, Hermie, you're right, of course. I mustn't jeopardize my credibility with the masses. Winter's expression turns serious. His voice lowers. It's not just your credibility I'm worried about. Talk is talk, but sometimes... He pauses, shakes his head. Sometimes I worry that you're really gonna go back to this sucks. Beauclair's tone softens again. Hermie, Winters cuts his brother off, a new intensity burning in his voice. Please, big brother, just drop all of this. Stop hunting the Firewing and start living your life again. If you won't do it for yourself, then for Christ's sake, do it for me. Claire nods and looks away from the screen. Right, Hermie, I'll try. Last track. What? Meet and mate single dating profile. User Jolly Green Winters. Task active 11554. Sex male, metatype human, ethnicity Caucasian, body type muscular, age 50, looking for female. I'm not quite sure what the female HED, athletic, 25 to 30. I'm guessing human, but ethnicity, what is it? Ethnicity, body type? Yeah, I'm not that familiar with what these are. HED. I'm a fun-loving guy who's also a great listener. I love hiking, clubbing, and all kinds of pets. I'm looking for a cute, funny, adventurous girl who's down to party. I don't respond to profiles without pics. No orcs, no trolls. Sorry, ladies. Uh, yeah, I'll just go check on the situation with the shops. Any upgrades or not? I think there might be an upgrade at the stage where we basically have the money ready. At that point will come the best upgrades. We could get a A-class support. Yeah, I'm not buying. Maybe an extra advanced drone repair kit. But I'm saving the money I have for the moment. The S-class drones, the best deck, it all costs money. I'm in fact sort of considering upgrading the deck too at this point. We could be looking at a very severe tracking experience in the Matrix, so I'm not sure what we have is enough. We haven't encountered any black eyes. But I'd like to skip Fuji Virtual X if I can. Yeah, it's quite a lot of money thrown down the well if we do it closer to 2000. And I'm betting the more expensive, it'll cost probably 5000 get the best deck, and then programs and drones on top of that. So it's going to be a fairly expensive purchase overall. So we'll definitely spend more than 10,000 on that. So I'm saving the money. We'll just have to figure out the way to survive somehow. Okay, Kami grins at you, all spark and mischief. Hey there, how you been? Yeah, things are alright. Good, hope they stay that way. Let me know if they don't, though, alright? I'm always up to help. For now, gotta help Altok more though. See you later, yeah? My organization is displeased with your performance in the AG Chemi Europa office. It would have been very easy for you to make some extra yen by doing what we asked of you. Now, do we have any other business? No. Sound of your approach, Lit stops out his cigarette. He gives you a curt nod. Aunt May, I'd offer you a smoke, but that was my last one. Okay, how did the whole Emily situation work out? Turn up? Anything new? Yeah, well, sort of. It's mostly speculation, truth be told. Okay. Is she working with the Aziz or what? No, I don't think so, but I do have a new lead. After our talk, I went wading into all of the Aztec technology magic hubs that I could find. Nothing too deep, don't worry. I didn't want to set off any alarm bells. But I had a hunch that if I poked around long enough, I'd find something that might lead me to Emily. And sure enough, I did. A message from the genuine article herself. Nicely done. His face brightens. Hey, thanks, Chief. Always good to get a little recognition for my work. Litz's smile dies away. He turns his eye down to the floor. I can tell you what her note said if you want. Passes forward without waiting for He presses forward without waiting for a response. It said, and I quote, "Lay off, please. I told you to leave me alone. You've shown admirable self-control over the past year. Please don't give up on it now. I'll be back when I can, if I can. Until then, keep away from me for both our sakes." So I found her, and she wants nothing to do with me again. No explanations, no apologies, just a verbal pat on the head. I've shown admirable self-control. Really? She makes it sound like I'm a toddler or something. So did you lay off, like the message said? Hell no! I wasn't gonna stand for that. Where does she get off stealing from me and then acting like it was my fault? I tried to trace the message like any good taker would. I note your use of the word tried. He nods grimly. She's good, Aunt May. Better than I ever thought she was. I couldn't trace the damn thing. I could keep digging though. I mean, if she noticed me doing it before, I must have been close. Now, before you say anything, I was more discreet this time. I can be subtle if I have to. Nobody noticed what I was doing, and I did find another clue. Okay, I'll tell you. I found a connection between Emily and the satyr crop. So, do you think that she worked for the SK then? That she stole the encrypted data from you to give to them? Well, maybe. I don't know. It's confusing. I was also able to track down some message fragments connecting her to the Shakvelen writer. So maybe she was a satyr group mole. And she got close to me so that she could, I don't know, so she could profit from my decking expertise. Maybe when she told me not to steal that data, she was using reverse psychology. That's got to be it. She must have wanted me to take it. He frowns, then shakes his head. But then again, maybe she's with the Schackenwellen writer. She's screwing both the Aziz and SK over. If that's the case, then maybe she was with me because she genuinely wanted to be. He pauses for a moment, considering. Then all at once, he seems to perk up. His chest puffs out and he nods once, decisively. In either case, I should make an effort to find her. I mean, she's playing a dangerous game, whether she's with SK or Schackwellenreiter. Maybe she's gotten herself in too deep. She might need help. I mean, why else would she send me such a cryptic message? Yeah, it wasn't exactly cryptic, but it is. It's not a. It's not a message you. Um, Granted, she might be a terrible understanding of people, but if you want to sort of bury the relationship and really cut ties so someone doesn't come looking after you, this is not the way to do it. You don't just write a message on a piece of paper like "Don't come after me," uh, then stick it on a fridge door and just walk out of the house. That's not that's not how you do it. You'd have to have some kind of a meaningful conversation with the person to get to some kind of an understanding that it's properly over now for whatever reasons. You have to give something more satisfying. Otherwise, it's constantly there, where the other side wants at least closure to the situation. So I don't think he's in any way wrong to go after her. If she really wanted him to stop doing it, she would even make up something rather than just say nothing. Yeah, I think you should go after her. She's clearly in over her head. What if she needs you? You're right, of course. You are absolutely right. Besides, it's not like she can send me a distress call. Her communications are probably being monitored. I'll bet that she spent the whole past year waiting for me to come riding to her rescue. Okay, I think you're taking it a bit too far now. Uh, I don't think if she really didn't want to see you, she would have cut off ties properly. But on the other hand, it might cause her a lot of trouble if we just start snooping around. Uh, but at this point, I think she's to blame for that. He claps his hands, then rubs them together in excitement. Get set, Chief. We're about to witness an event. When my gun-ho personality and legendary skills come together, the whole world stops to take notice. Okay, I'll give you a hand. If this is as serious as it sounds, you're going to need help. No thanks, Chief. I appreciate it though. This is something that I need to do alone. Besides which, I'm the best, remember? I know just the place to hit. That same as technology data know that I stole the information from in the first place. I already know that I can get past the security, and my gut tells me that I'll find Emily there. Thanks for the encouragement, Chief. I knew that this was the right thing to do, of course, but you've helped to quiet any lingering doubts I might have had. He nods at you, an expression of supreme confidence on his face. And now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a damsel in distress to rescue. Yeah, this is not going all that well. At least he's confident, that's good. It'll probably do more good than harm. If he'd had all these doubts when he was doing it, that would very likely end badly, or cause more problems. Yeah, I think we're done. There's only, well, I might as well run across the town to see if there's something popping up. I think this is it. Cybernetic implants, sure, but we're not gonna need them unless there's something really new there. Yeah. Simi Kim weaves an awkward dance through scattered refuge. Her two thin legs wobble, but she keeps her footing throughout. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. It's lovely singing, King. You like the song? It means tomorrow will be a better day. Monica used to say something like that. When I was tired, when I was sad, when I only wanted to sleep, she would tell me that. She told me I would forget, that the pain would go away. I believed many lies, but I've been an orphan more than anything. It was the first story I found when I needed to get away. Anybody ever try to get you off Sims? But I need them. Monica understood that, and Zack says they're safe. I don't know what I'd do without them. Without them, I dream, and I don't want to dream. I don't want to remember. They help me forget. They help me be strong and smart, and never lose anymore. That makes it a good thing, right? Better be strong and smart in the real world. I wish I could be. So do you like it here in the Cross Bazaar? Kim turns her head so as not to look you in the eyes. Her posture is that of someone who fears the possible repercussions of her answer. It's good. I can get what I need from Zack Flash or Doc Esquivel, and they let me pay however I can, sometimes with a favor. Monica was always nice, and Paul Amsel, and the angel is nice to me too, usually. Hmm. I know Monica's gone now, but I can still stay, right? Yeah, of course you can stay. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I don't know what else I would do. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, that's it. On to a new mission. We're going there on our own. I'm not too fond of Roboduck, but at least it'll be a few extra medkits there. Okay. Next mission, and it will be OTK International Offices.